opened, and I hated the way it ended, and I hated almost every scene in between.
Hated?
Yeah.
Hated.
Wow.
Yeah. Really the only good thing I have to say about this movie is that the special effects were amazing. Especially for
Hated.
that it was on a shoestring budget.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That the special effects were great. But they were really the only good thing about it. Like, I read about it afterwards and found out that there was no script.
Mm-hmm.
And I could tell. Like, I was not surprised that there was no script.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That the scenes were not scripted. They weren't.
Sure.
I didn't realize that.
I didn't know that either.
We just went into every scene with no sense of direction. And
Wow.
That makes me appreciate it so much more.
Wow. Really?
Why did you hate it? Why did you... What about it felt like it needed to be hated?
The writing was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give me, like, an example?
The acting wasn't great. It sounded like they had no script and they were just making stuff up as they went along, but they're not good improvers. And they had no, like, chemistry together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And... Come on.
I have to agree.
That final kiss had to be the most asexual thing I've ever seen on
Yeah. It was
The
pretty
theory holds.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you, the viewing experience.
Yeah,
Anyways.
it was pretty lame. I mean, I think it really struck me how bad the script was when they were on the boat. The boat was stopped, and it's nighttime, and they see the thing moving in the water, and they're saying, "What is that? What is that?"
This was like, what is that?
What is that? It's like, are you serious? Like, you're in the zone. Like, you know that there are these aliens on the screen. Like,
every time they said that, right? Every time they said that, from the moment they entered the infected zone, the first they heard a noise, and they were like, "What is that?"
What is it?
And I'm like, "It's a creature." And they kept asking throughout the entire movie, "What is that?" It's a creature.
Oh,
and they
my
don't
God.
pay attention.
They
do know that. They're in the infected
They
zone.
see a giant thing moving in the river.
The movie starts showing the creature.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't even...
So we know that. They don't.
Are you
Have you been
serious?
in the jungle?
Are you
There's lots of
serious?
other creatures in the jungle besides aliens walking around.
There's an F-15 fighter jet that's being moved around.
But they don't
She's
know
in
it's
the
an
river.
F-15.
She, like, the opening
It kind of
scene.
looks like a fin.
And also feels more like, an exclamation of fear rather than really asking, It's sort of like, did you hear that noise?
I never noticed that.
Like, I would have expected, or at least appreciated more if they said, oh my god, quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Something there's moving.
But it's like, this is what it was like. It was like they couldn't think of anything better to say in that scene, so they kept saying, "What is that?"
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or other stupid questions.
Loved so much this movie, and I thought the chemistry was great.
Yeah, I thought it was. Wow. I loved it too. I mean, I love the idea. I mean, this is kind of a Heart of Darkness story, right? They're traveling into this wild place to sort of strip away the burdens of society they've had. Mm. I mean, both of them are locked into a life that neither of them really want, but they have to live. Mm-hmm. And in this infected zone, they can sort of strip that away. Like, there's that moment where he has a chance to take the picture of the little girl, the dead child, and he doesn't.
That was the one moment in the film that I thought was. Yeah.
I thought the entire film did things like that. Mm-hmm. That moment when they're sitting there looking at the wall and realizing that on the other side of that wall is safety, but there's also some chains over there too, some burdens that we're gonna have to take back on ourselves.
And they're starting to feel what they hadn't appreciated before when they look at that, because it's a different, when he says pretty simply, it's a different view when you look at America from the outside.
Yeah.
That this is a life they have looked down on and downcast for a long time. And so it's these two characters struggling with something that they have not valued. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, they're struggling with whether or not they should even value it.
Yeah.
All I could think of during that scene was, you two are being awfully casual about the fact that you are in a very dire situation right now. Yeah. Like, you just saw everybody die.
Dead. Mm-hmm.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Children die. Yeah. All right. Monsters versus SWAT.
This is very easy for me. I'm going to be curious to see what you guys do if you can put your personal feelings.
This is about our personal feelings. What are you talking about?
I like SWAT.
I despise SWAT.
I'm ambivalent towards SWAT.
Why don't you put your personal feelings aside for SWAT?
All right, I will put my personal feelings aside. SWAT is crap.
Wow.
Monsters is probably better filmmaking than SWAT.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Clearly.
I had a great time watching SWAT. I think it's a good throwback to 80s action movies, but it's smarter than most 80s action movies.
That doesn't take much effort, though.
Yeah, but it's just, I don't know. I think it's an enjoyable movie. And Monsters just bored me.
Yeah, that's a good point. SWAT, honestly, I can't even remember it. But if I could watch either one of these two again, I would expect to be entertained by SWAT, whereas watching Monsters would just make me upset.
SWAT is boring action. And there's very few things worse than that in my mind. A movie that should have good shooting, be really exciting, and it has all these opportunities to be exciting, all these shooting scenes, and they're just lame.
It's just such a generic movie.
That's exactly how I feel about
either be awful or be great. Mediocre is don't be mediocre.
There's we've talked about how there's nothing worse than a bad comedy than a comedy that doesn't make you laugh.
Yeah.
For me, there's equally sometimes nothing worse than an action film that isn't intense, that doesn't entertain you. When I think of the Expendables, that's in. SWAT is better than the Expendables because it at least has a plot.
The actors have good. I think the actors have good banter with each other. I mean, I just enjoy watching SWAT.
Decent banter.
I don't think it's a great movie by any means, but it's enjoyable.
I see no reason to ever watch the film again.
Whereas Monsters, I could definitely watch.
Monsters,
again.
I could watch again.
Yeah. Monsters is a character-centric film, which I love, with no characters involved, which is what your beef is with SWAT. It's an action film with
no action,
without any action or entertainment.
Yeah.
So I mean, we've talked a lot about the kind of movies we like.
It does have Jeremy Renner, and it has Colin Farrell and LL Cool J and Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah. All right. So SWAT.
But they're completely misused in it. They just sit around. And
so you guys are both voting for Monsters.
I'm voting Monsters. Yeah.
I'm voting for SWAT. I am not moving on it.
SWAT is where you're going to take your stand. That's the film that you're like, yes, we're going to make a point here on SWAT.
Well, if you give me a movie as bland as Monsters, then yes.
Even you said that Monsters is better filmmaking than SWAT.
Yeah, but he also says SWAT's more entertaining, and then he enjoyed it more.
So then you're going to base your flickchart decision on what's
Monsters has cinematography and special effects,
right?
But dramatically and narratively is awful.
So SWAT has all of those things?
No, SWAT's entertaining. It's supposed to be nothing more than entertaining. Yeah.
I don't even think it's that.
Oh, well, it is.
I want my money back from SWAT.
I want my 90 minutes
I've been sitting
back. It's pretty clear that you guys aren't moving to Monsters.
No, I'm not moving to Monsters. No, not for SWAT.
Not for SWAT.
Oh my gosh. So I have to move here? Is that the deal?
Well, it's coming down to you. We can...
All right, I'll move. But I just want to say that I hate you.
I can live with that.
It's just awful. It's so painful.
Okay.
There's no part of it that I want to see again. You know?
Let's say this. Because Monsters at least has memorable special effects.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Okay, because we have glowing monster things at the end. And they're doing this thing.
Monster sex.
What was that?
Monster heavy petting.
Yeah, that's what I
They're just talking. Get your minds out of the gutter.
There was no sound. It was just...
That's how they talk.
Once again, the sound cliches is aliens are all apparently dolphins and whales. Something that
these are giant octopi.
Yeah, they're giant. Yeah, that's exactly what.
That's something that doesn't.
All right, Monsters.
And we are recording. All right. What?
I don't understand the question.
Bloody tissue. Oh, you didn't like it.